Hello, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's Tuesday. I stayed home all day yesterday. I got a bunch of stuff done. Today I need to go out and run some errands. Should I be nervous about running errands? Because I had some of Lori's cereal with my breakfast. My husband was saying, oh, I, bad move. But we'll see. I had half a serving. Oh, Lori. Yes, gonna be laughing for quite a while about that one. Okay, don't worry, I am not going to give you a report on how the cereal affects me. I just thought I'd bring in the prop before it goes into the recycling bin and get another laugh out of it. Finished projects. I have 4 to show you. And one of them is a review of a kit that I got. So the first finished project is somewhere in the mess of bags from the craft show. So sorry, you'll have to settle for a picture. I made a corn dog. I finished that on Saturday at the craft show. I don't have the pattern with me to tell you who the designer is, but hopefully I can put it up here while I'm editing, and I will definitely get it in the the other thing, the description box. Okay. Sip the coffee. Sipping the coffee helps the talking, yes. The next thing, Lori gave me some squishy white yarn. And since I sold a retro stripes cow on Saturday, I wanted to make another cow with retro stripes. While I had the retro stripes out, and while I had the yarn from Lori out, I made a loaf cat. I took a cue from Lisa at Happy to Hook Creations, and I made it with 1 strand of retro stripe and 1 strand of the squishy white yarn. Loaf cat. He's so squishy. So he will join all of his little loaf cat friends on the table for my coming craft show on Saturday. And then I told you, I sold one of my retro stripe cow. I love that yarn. Okay, I have 2 more. I have 2 more skeins I can take out to my chair, because I have another project in mind that I want to try out with this yarn. But here is my next, Hilde. Show your eyes, Hilde. Let the people see your big eyes. This is my next Hilde the Highland Cow in retro stripes. I started with 1 skein that was in the pinks for the head, and it went through peach into pink, and then a different shade of pink, and then back to peachish color, and ended down at the neck with peach again. So when I made the body, I made this one first, and that didn't end at the peach, it ended at the green, and I didn't know about sewing a green body to a peach head. So I weighed this, and this was 3.3 ounces, 0.33 or 0.34 ounces. So I went from the end where the head ended, and I started rolling a ball of yarn and kept putting it on my scale. Yeah, Shannon, I used my scale until I got to 0.35 ounce because I didn't want to run out. And then I started at the opposite end. I started at the end of the ball of yarn and worked my way up to the peach that I had ended the head with. So I ended up with a, the body and the neck matching up. So this is what I have left of my retro stripe yarn. I had some from before. Oh, there's my note of what I was going to talk about today. And I can't read it when it's up there. Let's try. Yeah, that side. Okay. What was I saying? I have another project. So, and I do need to make another Hilde the Highland Cow to use up the leftover body. So, that was project number 3. Corn dog, cat, cow. Sorry, I did not continue with the C theme. I moved on to D. The dragon kit that I got from Temu. For that dragon, do, 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 do. Okay. This was one of the more expensive kits that I've purchased. I think this one was $9.97. I will correct myself up here if I'm wrong. There might have been... There might be enough yarn left over to make another one in pink, but I don't know. If I do make another one, and there's a lot of stuffing left, so there might be enough yarn to make another one. But if I do make another one, it's not going to be with this tiny little yarn and a tiny little hook. If I do make another one, it's going to be with worsted weight and a 3.75 hook. First, I will show you, lean over here, what came in the kit. The yarn, the stuffing, the pattern, which is 2 pages of pattern and 2 pages of pictures. The pattern, I'd give it a B, B minus. There were a couple of places where I don't think the pattern agrees with what they show you in the picture. Like this spike on the tail. They only had it being 3 rows, and it looks like a lot more, so I put an extra row there. And the spikes, the way that they had them written up in the pattern, they were these teeny tiny little things. It's like, no, they need to be bigger. So I added another row to the spikes. The instructions for embroidering the eyes were something like do a backwards Y. In all the pages of instruction of pictures on the instruction page, you would think if they say, okay, embroider the eyes by doing a sideways letter Y. Sew a letter Y facing outward under the 1st and 4th stitches between this row and that. Need a picture. Need a picture for that. So I went with my standard eyes that I learned from Katie at Yarn Society, where it just, there's like an upside down V, and then there's a straight line that goes out at the base, and then a little angled line that goes up. It's a cute little eye, and it's easy to do, and that's what I did. And I don't like the ears. I don't know. I think the ears are a bit much for that face. So it's a cute dragon. Somebody's gonna love it. Somebody's gonna buy it. But the leftover stuffing will go into my pouch to use up for other projects. And the leftover yarn is going to go into this bag to use for another project. It's gonna be cute. All this yarn, I'm telling you, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to double this up. I'll probably have to use either a 3.75 or a 4.0 hook for doubling up these yarns. But I got a cute project in mind. And I will call it Mumu, M-U-M-U, to honor the fact that I used Temu, because I thought, TT? Tem? Nah. Mumu? Yeah. To honor the fact that it's using up my leftover Temu yarns. Where'd I put my list? One thing about this kit, I don't know if you saw it in the picture of what came in the kit, but there was a yarn ring. I've never had a yarn ring. I don't know how to use a yarn ring. I looked at one video, but that video was for their specific ring. So it would say, okay, for this ring, here's how you wind the yarn. For this ring, here's how you wind the yarn. So I'm not quite sure how to go about winding the yarn. I did have to widen the ring a bit to get it to fit on my finger without strangling the finger. And I used it a little bit, but I've been crocheting for like 50 years, and I'm set in my ways. So sorry, I was putting it in a basket as I'm looking for my little list. I think when I had my coughing fit, I may have coughed my list into the middle of next week. There it is. Corn dog, loaf cat, kit, and then there's something behind that one. Okay, that's it. My finishes. I guess I'm done talking, right? Nah, I'm gonna talk a little bit more. For Mystery Yarn Challenge 924, if you participated in the Scrap Yarn Challenge, can you get me your pictures of your bag of yarn that you started with? If you haven't yet, I know a bunch of people have. I've got a few of them into a template on Canva, and I'm going to try to do a video. Another one of those moments. Boy, I'm having a lot of nail-biting moments today. No, not really. I'm going to try to make up a video. Lori says it's really easy on Canva, so I'm going to try. So if you've got your September Scrap Yarn Challenge pictures, get those in. And I'm going to go out shopping today. I have a box of housewares from when we cleaned out the pantry back in January or February when we had mouse issues. My husband's like, this stuff was in the bottom of the pantry and you never use it, and let's get rid of it. Okay. I tried putting it on our local Buy Nothing group to give it away for free, and 2 items out of about a dozen. No, 3 items. 3 items out of about a dozen went. So I'm just going to box up what's left and take it to the thrift store and donate it. But when you donate stuff to the thrift store, you get a 20% off coupon. So I'll have to go in and see if they have any books or any yarn, because 20% off. And then in that same plaza, there's a Hobby Lobby. So I really should stop in there and see if that Hobby Lobby has any dye lot clearance, because Hobby Lobby yarn for 75% off? Who should pass that up? bad. You don't need to buy yarn. But it's on sale. It's cheap. I'll give some of it away as prizes. Yeah. So that's how my day is going to go. I'm going to edit this video and get it uploading to YouTube. And then while it's uploading to YouTube, that's all on the internet. I don't think I need to have I don't think I have to be in Wi-Fi for that to happen. So once I've got it uploading, I will hit the road and go do my shopping. And then when I get home, I forgot to bring one thing back here. When I get home, rabbit, squirrel, rabbit trail, I will get to play with yarn. I hope. I don't have a plan for dinner tonight. I'm going shopping. I'll find something. I have started my bingo board for the October bingo the Mystery Yarn Challenge, the bingo option. This would actually work on 2 squares. It is made with retro stripes, and it is a Yarn Society pattern. I did choose to fill in the Yarn Society box because I have another project on my want to make list that uses retro stripe. So she still needs her bell. I have to go move stuff away from my chair so I get to the bottom shelf and get into my big, it's a big divided, it's like a toolbox, only it's soft-sided and has all the dividers, probably like 24 dividers, and that's where I keep the bells for the cows and safety eyes. So I have to go in, find the silver bell, give her a bell, and then find the other 2 cows that I still have left and get a picture of all of them so that I can update the Etsy listing. I have so many Etsy listings I need to update. Yeah. I keep telling myself, I have a craft show on Saturday. What if I take this stuff to the craft show and it sells, and then I just put an Etsy listing up? I've wasted the 20-cent listing. It's October. This is when people are going to start shopping for Christmas. I need to get stuff into my Etsy shop. Stop using excuses. Okay, I've given myself a scolding. I've gone down a bunch of rabbit trails. I showed you the stuff. I did the review. Bye-bye.